guys want to hear a fucked up story about this? Okay, so before I start the session, I'm just going to throw this right out. My computer is a complete asshole, and now it decides to just shut off randomly. And so it happened so goddamn much that my computer decided to do a system restore up to a continue point when it was working properly. I did the okay, everything was fine, I still had my 2 sessions from this game, and it deleted the video files. I had the audio files, it deleted the video files. So guess who had to speedrun his balls all the way back to the goddamn bulletin board? Me. So, thank you, computer. Let's start this game again. Didn't know that was going to happen. Okay. So yeah, we left off. I was at the board. And now... Whoa, that was weird. And I remember how this is going to go. It's going to go... Bam. That. And then one of those. I'll figure that out.
Homicidal insanity, Holmes.
It is indubitable that the man who did this to Polly Nichols is not of his full senses.
Apologies if you get that little echo. Okay.
Theft, perhaps.
I have a hard time
No, it's not
believing
that one.
that someone would attack poor Polly so fiercely just to rob her of a few coins.
No. Black magic.
Black magic?
I'm not terribly interested in the occult or black magic. Let's give the benefit of the doubt to this motive.
Yes, motive. Resentment can lead to imperable acts. I want to say...
Revenge, Holmes?
Revenge could be a possible motive, but with one small reservation. We have reason to believe that the victim considered her murderer to be a typical client.
Got that right. And then family
A
ties.
personal drama.
Love can certainly lead to many a drama, but we have to consider the fact that the victim didn't know her attacker.
Exactly. So it's... madness. It was something like this, but then I just started clicking around and I got it right.
Elementary.
There. Got it.
Very well, Watson. I think that we've exhausted the topic. Take a rest and we'll speak again later.
He just showed up randomly. Okay, so...
Ah, it would seem that the investigation is advancing, Holmes. Yesterday's Star said that a suspect is in the hands of the police, a man with a rather sinister reputation.
I was about to join you in your optimistic outlook until you informed me that the good news came from the press, Watson.
But surely they wouldn't invent the fact that the police are holding a suspect, or the acts that are attributed to him.
You will have an exact answer to these 2 questions in less than 50 seconds, Watson.
Pardon?
Enter, Inspector.
Good day.
I like how it takes so long to walk.
Allow me to introduce Inspector Aberline, Inspector Dr. Watson.
Inspector?
To what do we owe the honour of your
cut off.
presence, Inspector?
I heard that the 2 of you made your way to Whitechapel a few days ago. Your arrival, you are aware, coincides with a very serious affair which our police service is going to great lengths to solve and which is creating strong tensions in the area.
Pardon me, but haven't you arrested someone? A certain Leather Apron?
Absolutely not. The man who hides behind this name is indeed being actively searched for by the force. Besides, nothing at the moment suggests that he is the Bucks Row murderer.
There, you've been enlightened, Watson. Now it is our turn to answer Inspector Aberline's questions.
Indeed. I will be brief and precise. Do you intend to investigate this case, or have you already started?
It is to be of service to a friend that I went to Whitechapel. We did, out of curiosity, familiarize ourselves with the preliminary reports, and we made our way to the scene of the crime. Our conclusions are slim, as are the clues. Having not been officially appointed by a client, I believe that my intervention in this business will end there.
Very well. To be frank, you take the weight off my shoulders by distancing yourself from the case. Our image isn't very good, to say nothing of what the press puts us through. Thus, if overnight they found out that you were on the case, people would turn against us.
And they would pester me, overwhelm me, and finally make me out to be responsible for the inevitable failure such a scenario entails. Neither you nor I wish for this to happen. I know that your time is precious, Inspector. I will send you a note regarding my conclusions shortly.
With pleasure. Gentlemen?
Do you think that he will find the murderer?
The chances are slim to non-existent. It is 7 days now, short of a confession from the murderer himself.
And you will not go further?
You heard the Inspector, Watson. My presence in Whitechapel would hinder, which doesn't mean that we will drop the case.
How is that?
The Inspector spoke of me, but not of us. It is you, Watson, who will lead the investigation tonight. It is you who will bring to the police station the little note that I will write regarding our conclusions. Despite the late hour, there is nothing to stop you from making inquiries about this famous leather apron while you are there.
I now control Mr. Watson. I had to do that. Okay, leather apron. Okay, so we're gonna go to the police station. Shit. But yeah, I pretty much had to speedrun this bitch. And now here we are, and I'm pretty sure I know what to do. In the last 2 sessions,
well,
it was
if
a pain in my
Holmes'
dick.
instructions, then to begin my investigation into this leather apron, I must first head to the police station.
Okay, so it is 12:30 a.m. with that sinister ass laugh. And now I forgot the back button. It allows me to run. Yeah, try goes the walking running animation.
Good evening, sir. What do you... I know you.
Oh, no,
you
you?
were here last week with Sherlock Holmes.
Sherlock Holmes? I got a message from him.
Indeed. I have come to bring a message from Sherlock Holmes for Inspector Aberline.
Very well, I will pass it on. But come to think of it, someone was asking about you recently.
Who?
Finley,
Oh,
the caretaker
never mind.
of some shady boarding house nearby. Does that mean
I like how it's shady.
Ah, perhaps.
Leather apron.
Actually, I read in the Star that you have arrested a suspect called Leather Apron.
You shouldn't believe what you read in that rag, sir.
Have you noticed the
Man
camera
is being
slowly
hunted,
goes
but we have
forward?
yet to get our hands on him, and we aren't close to it either.
Why ever not?
Bah, he's a specialist in the street walking.
You actually won't be at fucking
These girls make
Constable
pitiful
Humphreys'
witnesses,
nose.
and we don't inspire confidence.
That's
Furthermore,
true.
the man seems to be pretty discreet lately. Someone must be helping to hide him.
Definitely. How do we find him?
How to get on his trail, then?
One of these girls would have to confide in us and give a valid description of the man. Then we'd ask around the journeymen, who use aprons, I imagine.
Okay.
Well, goodbye. I must go to Finley's boarding house.
Quickly! Time is a-wasting. To Finley's boarding house. Where he, apparently is the shady man. Boo, I have fast travel. He almost like right
I
down the
must go
street.
to Finley's boarding house.
Here we are! Word up.
Good evening, Finley.
Oh, good evening, sir. Aren't you the gentleman who was with the great detective the other time?
The other
That
time.
is indeed me, Dr. Watson.
His nose really complements his accent. Please.
Tell me, Finley, I was told that you were looking for us at the police station.
Indeed, I wanted to
Indeed.
thank you for last time.
Thank you for last
that
time.
vagrant has never set foot round mine again. I even found a tenant, one who pays his rent, I mean.
Good for you. Tenant.
You don't
What's that
seem
about?
very happy. But you were lucky to have found a good tenant so quickly.
It's just that this man is very strange. He paid several days in advance and I gave him a key to the place. Since then, he goes out every night and returns at ungodly hours. I'm sure he goes to visit the ladies. But still,
The ladies.
every night. And when he moved in, something must have broken in his case and stank up the stairs in his room for 2 days. I think it was a jar. It must be over there.
Oh,
Tell me, have you heard talk of Leather Apron?
By the papers, that's all.
you're gonna hear my cat.
This man seems very sinister.
Do you know
Hi,
any journeymen
Thorin.
who use this type of apron?
Yeah,
The
what?
slaughterhouse butchers, I believe, but definitely the cobblers. I know one, old Isaac Solomonovich. His
Isaac
workshop is on a
Solomonovich.
small street in the Jewish community, across from the hospital. He's a good man. He can help you. But you know, the people there are very close and don't share much with non-Jews.
Awesome. Goodbye, Finley.
Thank you, Finley.
At your service, sir.
So he's painting his red door. Godspeed on that one. So we have to go to the whorehouse.